What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Now, we've already done the PlayStation 5 Pro test for Hellblade 2, but we're going to do it on the base PlayStation 5, which this game still looks absolutely stunning on that system. Now, I have to apologize for not getting this content out on the day. I was actually away when this game launched and only got back yesterday late evening, so I'm now making the video this morning to try and actually get my video version out there because, you know, it's what I want to do. But please, before we get into this, please consider liking and subscribing if you do enjoy these videos. Now, we've got to a pretty dark area of the game, but it doesn't really make a difference. Like, we're just going to have a little look around, and yeah, we'll just play through some segments, show you what this game actually looks like, because it is incredibly good and stunning on the base PlayStation 5, like it was on the PS5 Pro as well. So you could just look at these facial animations to know how incredible this game actually looks. So let's dive in anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, by the way. Let me know what you think of this graphically down in the comments below. I believe frame rate wise, we've got two options, which we'll have a look at in a second. And yeah, we've got 30 FPS and 60 FPS options for this game. Now, we're starting off with the 30 frames per second mode. And I feel like this is a good point to come to because just look at this. Like, this is absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, we've had this game on PS5 Pro, and I believe that one pretty much runs the quality mode settings of this, but at 60 frames. Whereas here we've got, you know, a 30 frames per second mode and then a slightly compromised 60 FPS mode. So let's go back a little bit over here and let's look into this kind of like mountain vista. And let's switch between the two modes here a little bit. So let's go over to the performance mode and you will see a sort of marginal drop in terms of quality. Like, it's a little bit more blurry and fuzzy. Now, as I said before, when you're looking at this on a monitor that's directly in front of me like I am now, a 4K monitor, I can see a difference. But when I'm sat a distance from my TV, that difference decreases significantly because you're further away, so you just don't notice it as much. Like, there's obviously reduced settings here. There is reduced settings on top of reduced resolution, but it's not that bad at all. And how smooth is this? It's really nice to have a smooth 60 frames per second. So for me, if I was on base PlayStation 5, I would probably play this in quality mode because it just does look that bit sharper. You know, it is a more higher detailed version, and I've played this game on 30 frames when it first launched on the Xbox Series X, and I still enjoyed the game. It's such a cinematic experience to the point where the gameplay is not crazy. It doesn't need to be perfectly precise. You can see some artifacting on these stairs, or on the boardwalk here, sorry, like with the upscaling used, but nothing major at all. But as I was saying, there's no sort of like crazy precision that you need to play this game. It's not like a Souls-like game where you need to be, you know, dodging bosses like exactly or parrying or anything like that. And it's certainly not a shooting game. So yeah, it just needs to be, you know, it can be done at 30 frames. So this is the quality mode. We'll go back. I mean, this is performance mode. Sorry, we'll go back to the quality mode again here. But if you're considering buying this game, absolutely do. It's a really good story. Obviously, go play the first one before if you haven't already. That has been enhanced as well, so you can get both in that special edition. So you get both enhanced. It's really, really good, and we're obviously going to do videos on the first game being enhanced as well shortly. So do look out for those too. But it just looks really good. The water, we're in obviously the quality mode now. It's so just incredible. There's no like RT in game. I believe there's RT in like the photo mode or whatever. So, you know, you can obviously go into photo mode and play around with that. That's not really my thing. I don't really ever do that, but yeah, there's no actually RT in the game, and I personally enjoy that because a bit like Death Stranding 2, it looks like one of the best looking games of all time, yet no RT, because they prioritize just having their own, you know, way of doing reflections and just prioritizing visual quality, which personally for me is something I prefer. I'd rather have zero RT and a game that looks like this than, you know, ray tracing, but oh, it's locked to only 30 frames per second and the visuals are incredibly compromised. So again, we'll go back to the 60 options. So we've given, you know, both. But yeah, if you are planning on buying this game, absolutely do, whatever system you're on. It even looks good on the Xbox Series S from like people's videos I've watched. It looks really good, runs really well. Obviously, again, image quality is softer like in this performance mode like you can see now. But does it still look good? Absolutely, especially when viewing at distance on a big TV, which probably a lot of you are going to be doing that on a 4K panel at distance. So yeah, this is Hellblade 2. What a great release. I hope this game does really well on PlayStation. I know they had low sales figures, probably because of obviously Game Pass. It does stop people buying the game because they can just play it on Game Pass. So I hope that, obviously, with it being on PlayStation and in PC in the past, everyone does buy this game, because this studio deserves, like, you know, they got a lot of hate in a way, which I think is completely unjustified. People compare this game expecting, oh, it's going to be like God of War, because they thought, okay, the first game was kind of a smaller experience, so the second game is going to be crazy big, and it's going to be more like this God of War, this massive, like, franchise, like Senua is going to be the next big character and everything like that. And it's just like, that's never what they were going for. Why do we need it to be? It's just so often compared to some of these other games. It's like, why do we need that? It doesn't need to be a God of War or a Last of Us. It's its own thing, and it's its own thing for a reason, because it's doing something special and it's different. Not every game needs to be the same. So back over on quality mode, let's go over here. We should have some sort of bit more cutscene style stuff coming up. So let's not. It's not really cutscene. They're all in engine, as far as I believe. They're all in engine. So they do look absolutely incredible. Right, let's go over here and see. Now, I've not noticed any frame drops. Apparently there are minor frame drops here and there. Personally, I've not noticed anything at all. I do have a VRR display, so maybe it's just smoothing all that out, but visual experience fantastic, performance experience also fantastic across the board. Now, we have done a PS5 Pro video, so if you are interested in seeing how that performs, please do go check that out on my channel. It looks absolutely fantastic on there also. To be honest, I don't think there's a bad way of playing this game. I think whatever you play it on, even on the lowest end of Series S, you still have a really good experience, and it still looks good, especially, you know, well, obviously in 30 frames. So, sorry for the loud vehicle going past outside, if you can hear that. Just look at this. Look at the cutscenes, the depth of field. But yeah, as I said, I would play this at 30 frames per second on the base PS5. In my opinion, even on Pro, I would consider it. It's not such a big difference between the two modes, but even on Pro, I absolutely do consider it. Because it doesn't need to be... I don't feel like I don't feel like I need 60 frames or more. Like, I don't feel like I need anything like that for this game. Like, yes, it's nice to have, but it just almost feels strange playing it above 30, because it feels like it's a film that you're playing, and it just almost suits it better being at this. Now, I did talk about this in the PS5 Pro video as well. We've obviously got the black bars at top and bottom, which is a kind of a cinematic choice. This is modded on PC to remove. You can actually remove those, but on console, you are stuck with them. And to be honest, I think they look really good, like, for this sort of style game. I think it just adds immersion in a way. It doesn't bother me at all. So that's my take on it. But haptic experience, because people like me to talk about the controller haptics. There is no trigger haptics as far as I felt, but there is haptic vibration and stuff that does feel very, very good and realistic. And yeah, it's all around very good in that way. So
you'll need to stay alive.
Just look at this detail, though. Just unbelievable. Just the facial animations and stuff are just brilliant. All right, let's go through here. We're supposed to be, yeah. I find it odd, there's like no button prompts really in this game. They really have gone with like a zero UI aspect and stuff. So it's always odd, because you're sort of thinking, wait, what button am I supposed to press here? Because they don't tell you. So yeah, but you do have that menu that comes straight up when you pause it, and I guess they've done that for a specific reason. Can we go in here? We can indeed. That's nice. That's exactly what you want when you go through a door. Love that. Okay, onwards we go. 30 frames per second mode, obviously. Yeah, looking brilliant. I don't think there's much more for me to say, so we'll probably end the video shortly, because I don't really want to overextend it when we don't need to. But just look at that. We'll go back to performance mode one more time. Again, you can't really go wrong either way. It's just it's so nice though, having that smoothness. I must say, it is nice to have, but it just doesn't it's not necessary in this game, as I've said. So and it just feels really good to play. Graphically still looks really good. It's sort of shocking, to be honest, how good it is. And here we have another one of those puzzles. So yeah, there is no adaptive triggers enabled for these. That's the only time you'd use it, because the button prompts are focus on the left and focus on the right. So there is kind of no yeah, we got 3 to get in this area. So yeah, there's kind of no haptics or anything like that in terms of the triggers, but there is in terms of haptic vibrations. So yeah, just bear that in mind. But I think we'll end the video there. There's not really a crazy amount more I can say. We've done 10 minutes, so I'm not really sure if there's any point me just making it longer, wasting more of your time talking about this game when it kind of is done. It already looks phenomenal. And there's the first part of the puzzle. I'm probably going to do some live streams of this game when I do actually come around to playing it properly, because I have played it before, but I want a little bit more time before I next play it, and I've got a big backlog of games, like I'm sure everybody else has, before I dive into this game. I'm trying to go through Ghost of Tsushima before Ghost of Yotai comes out, so there's so much to get through, but I think we'll stop there for now. Please consider liking if you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel. Thank you for all the support and all the content. I really appreciate it. It's been amazing since we've been doing all these PlayStation coverage, so thank you for that, and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye bye for now.